Have you ever felt like everything is falling apart, but you can't even get yourself to do anything about it? Not because you don't care, not because you're lazy, but because something inside you just feels stuck. Like no matter how long your to-do list is, or how loud your mind is screaming at you to just start, somehow you end up scrolling, overthinking, or collapsing into bed with that familiar voice whispering, "Tomorrow, I'll start tomorrow." But you don't. Tomorrow becomes next week. And slowly, this cycle suffocates your goals, your self-esteem, and your future. Hey, I get it. If you're watching this right now, chances are you're tired. Tired of the cycle. Tired of being your own biggest roadblock. Tired of believing that maybe you're just not meant to do anything great. Let me be real with you. I've been there, and not just once. I've had weeks where I told myself I'd turn it all around on Monday. I made fancy schedules, color-coded planners. I even watched productivity videos like this one, hoping that maybe this would be the moment everything changed. But it rarely did. You see, it wasn't until I stopped looking for perfect plans and started looking inward that something actually shifted. Stick with me because this isn't a motivational pep talk. This is an honest conversation, a raw breakdown of the real reasons we procrastinate, and a practical way I finally broke the cycle by doing less, not more. Let's take it from the beginning. We all struggle, but nobody talks about it. Let me ask you something. Ever find yourself overwhelmed before the day even begins? Like you wake up already behind. Your phone buzzes. Emails. WhatsApp. Maybe your mom reminding you about that bill you forgot to pay. Your boss is asking if you finished the project. You didn't. You scroll through Instagram. Someone your age just bought their third rental property. Another couple just got engaged. And you're lying there wondering, why can't I even do the basics? Maybe you're battling stress, trying to stay afloat financially, constantly comparing yourself to people who seem to have it all together. Or maybe it's more subtle. You're in a relationship that looks fine from the outside, but deep down, you're lonely. Your parents don't really get where you're at. Your friends are busy, and it feels like no one's checking in. Not really. You're trying, but it never feels like enough. And when the pressure gets too big, we do what most of us were never taught to stop doing. We numb. We avoid. We procrastinate. Why we keep putting off what we care about. Now here's the part no one really tells you. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's fear, cleverly disguised. Fear of failing. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of starting and realizing we're not who we thought we could be. Think about it. We avoid writing the resume not because it's long, but because we're scared we won't get the job. We delay starting a business not because we're clueless, but because we're terrified of failing publicly. Or we don't start that passion project because what if it doesn't work? What if we're the problem? And sometimes it's deeper. Our childhoods taught us we had to be perfect. Society taught us our worth depends on our output. Social media constantly whispers, "You're behind. Catch up." So we try harder. We overwhelm ourselves with pressure to be 10x versions of who we are. And when we inevitably crack under that weight, guess what we do? We blame ourselves. We procrastinate out of guilt. That spirals into shame. And boom, the cycle continues. Breaking the cycle. Small steps. Real change. Here's what changed it all for me. I realized I didn't need more ambition. I had enough of that. What I needed was discipline I could actually stick to without burning out. That's when I stumbled across something deceptively simple, called the Pomodoro Technique. Now hear me out. I know you've probably heard this before. I ignored it for years because I thought it was just another cool hack that wouldn't last longer than a few hours. But then I tried it. Properly. 25 minutes of pure focus. Zero distractions. No phone. No multitasking. Then, a 5-minute break. Just that. And repeat. Not because 25 is magical, but because it's manageable. When your brain is spiraling or your heart's full of fear, any task feels massive. But 25 minutes? Even on your worst day, you can sit down and give 10 out of 10 focus for 25 minutes. That's the magic. It trains your brain to stop associating productivity with dread. And the more you do it, the more you trust yourself again. You start seeing proof. I can finish things. I am capable. I'm not broken. I was overwhelmed. Let's make this real. Let's say you want to start a YouTube channel, or finish your master's thesis, or build a side hustle, but you keep putting it off. Here's what you do. Write down only one task you can start with, no matter how small. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Just do that one thing. Fully focused. Then take a 5-minute break. Walk, stretch, look outside. Repeat. Maybe 3 to 4 sessions max. That's enough to reclaim your momentum. More than enough to silence that voice saying you never follow through. Other tools that helped me reclaim my life. Aside from Pomodoro, here's what really helped glue it together. 1. Morning routine motivation. Don't wait to feel inspired. Create a ritual. Mine's simple. Wake up. No phone for 30 minutes. Hydrate. Journal 3 things I'm grateful for and 1 thing I want to finish. Then do 1 Pomodoro session. That routine changed my self-image more than any self-help book. 2. Cut the noise. Mute toxic accounts. Skip the late-night doom scrolling. Follow people who build, not just flex. This gives your brain room to breathe. 3. Talk to people who hold you higher. Find one person. A friend, coach, mentor. Anyone who sees more in you than you see in yourself. Because when your belief is low, borrow someone else's. It's allowed. 4. Replace what if I fail with what if I don't try. That thought alone has pushed me through dozens of moments where I almost gave up. Because honestly, that regret hits harder than any failure ever will. Imagine your life if you stopped waiting. Just take a second right now and imagine, what if, instead of putting things off till you feel better, you just tried? Quietly, consistently, with no pressure to be perfect, only the courage to begin? What if you trusted that who you are right now is enough to start? I know it's hard. I know you've tried before. I know sometimes it feels like you're drowning in the weight of your own expectations. But here's the truth you probably need to hear. Oh, you're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just scared. And that's okay. Fear is human. But bravery? Bravery is showing up anyway. Even in small, imperfect steps. Because life doesn't stop for anyone, but it waits for those brave enough to take the first step. And you, if you're still here, you're ready. Not tomorrow. Not after this video. Now, camera slowly zooms in. Soft piano fades in again. So if this message found you in a moment where you really needed it, do something brave. Drop a comment. Tell me, what's the one thing you've been putting off? Let's hold each other accountable. Let's start something real. And if this helped you at all, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more honest, human conversations like this. No hype, just healing. We're in this together. Take a deep breath.